Hello everyone, welcome to another late night stream of me waffling about the week's news in esports, talking League of Legends roster rumours, pro players where they're looking to be moving to, the UK esports news that I've posted up on Esports News UK over the past week, and some other bits and pieces. Going to be talking about ESI London as well. Phoenix McNoob, thank you for following. Welcome to the stream. I've been doing a few of these over the past few weeks. The first one I did was really good. I had 10, 20 or so people in there. The chat was pretty active. I don't expect anyone to celebrate their Saturday night with me sitting on Twitch, but it's very welcome, so I appreciate you joining me. How are you doing, mate? And it's good to do this as well because I can just chuck the VOD on YouTube afterwards, so if anyone can't watch it live, it's on the Esports News UK YouTube. I don't do enough content for YouTube on Esports News UK. If I get a video person in the future, I will do. So, welcome to the stream. I'm a bit conscious today, the few of you watching this, because I've got new lights, like a few of these bulbs. I don't want to, I can show you, I guess. There's funny sort of lights at the top here, sort of like, I think it's like an IKEA thing. Can you see? It's like a strip with several lights, spotlights coming out, a few blue. And I ordered a few replacements, but the bulbs that I bought were too small. It's supposed to be this size, and the bulbs I bought were too small, and I had the light on the other day, and after 20 minutes it was buzzing like a mad thing. So I'm hoping that none of these bulbs blow. If they do blow, well, I'm sure someone will clip it, or I'll clip it, and people will laugh at me, but I may be checking every 10 minutes or so because I'm paranoid. So if the worst comes to the worst, I'm just going to have to switch the light off, get a desk lamp at some point. I've ordered some of the right size bulbs for now. It's the same wattage and everything, but I just don't trust it, basically. So that's that out of the way. Let's jump into some of the news. Obviously, one of the biggest things was the Worlds final last weekend in League of Legends. That hit a record-breaking 4 million peak viewers during the final between EDG and Damwon Gaming. Of course, EDG won. They were the underdogs. And, yeah, congrats to them. According to esports charts, the peak viewership of just over 4 million. And the previous peak record for League was held by T1 and G2 when they faced off against each other during the 2019 World Championship semi-finals. So that series hit a 3.9 million peak viewership. So slightly higher. And something I found interesting about it was the EDG founder, Edward himself, Edward Zhu, followed through on his promise to give all EDG players who recently won the World's Championship their own house in Guangzhou, China. So he promised that each player would receive their own house if they won Worlds 2021, something they accomplished in 3-2 fashion over Damwon last week. I thought that was pretty interesting. They're going to be on good salaries, aren't they, anyway? So why not chuck a house in as well? So congrats to those players, and that's quite a reward from Edward. I don't know how big the house is. People don't seem to know how big the house is. Oh, here we go. According to Chen's report, each property will be worth over $150,000 US. So that's pretty damn good, and will be located in Zhejiang Future City. I hope I've pronounced that right. Owned and controlled by Zhu's investment firm. Oh, sorry. So this report came from Sports Business Journal, actually. Hongyu Chen. I think I've met Hongyu ages ago. Shout out to him. He's a pretty good reporter. I think he did a few bits. Yeah, there we go. Esports Observer, Sports Business Journal. That's what he writes there. There we go. The property is going to be worth $156,000. I wonder if we'll see any UK esports players receiving houses in the future. Maybe a shed or something they can get with the budgets we have in lower tier UK esports. In other league news this week, this was a big one. Barcelona are joining League of Legends. They're going to be playing in the Spanish Superliga, which I wrote an opinion piece on this the other week. I think if there's any European regional league in League of Legends that can beat the French LFL in terms of viewership and interest and hype and buzz around it, it's the Spanish one. I think, to be honest, the Spanish Superliga was bigger than the LFL a few years ago, and the LFL with Carmine Corp seems to have just exploded in recent years in terms of popularity. But all this stuff going on in Barcelona, what I find weird about this as well is that Barcelona will be playing in the Superliga, but one of Barcelona's professional footballers, Gerard Piqué, will also be having a team he's partnered up with iBuy, the Spanish streamer. So I just found that weird that Barcelona are going to be playing against one of their actual footballers, which is a bit weird. So yeah, and I mean, just a quick one, guys. As we go, if there's anything you want to talk about, any news you've seen, if you want my opinion on anything, give me a shout. You know, that's why I do these streams on Twitch and I don't do them on YouTube, is because I really like the interactivity. No, I don't have a set schedule yet, but as I grow the team, hopefully get funding and have help of someone to help with overlays and something, it'll be better, it'll be more regular, and so on, and people will be able to sort of schedule the time better. So please do, any questions, anything like that, please do give me a shout. That's partly why I do these streams, because I love the interactivity. No pressure, of course, to say anything. I'm a lurker on streams, right? I'm not a heavy talker, to be honest. So yeah, Barcelona are entering the Superliga, going to be playing with teams like Movistar, G2's Academy side, G2 Arctic, Mad Lions Madrid, Mad Lions Academy side, and so on. And Fnatic as well. Fnatic are going to be in the Spanish Superliga. They've moved from the NLC. So that's interesting. I don't know if Barcelona have changed this page or not, but when I originally checked this page, it was in Catalan, I think it was, and the auto-translate for me came up really weird. Yeah, I did a tweet on it here. It came up as League of Legends is a strategy game in which the teams of 5 players face off against assholes in a series of objects. And I had a bunch of people tweet me saying, yeah, that's pretty right. That's about right, Dom. Correct statement. Yeah. Okay. Other stuff in League. Cloud9 officially bids farewell to mid laner Perks. We knew he was leaving. We knew he was going back to Europe. Well, those were the rumours anyway. He's been linked with a move to Team Vitality with Alfari, moving from Team Liquid. And now it's official. Cloud9 have said goodbye to him. I was a bit annoyed, to be honest. Just from a journalist perspective, if I'm a Cloud9 fan or a fan of League and I'm not a journalist, I wouldn't be bothered. But they put out like a 7-minute video or 8-minute video, and he's just, yes, it's a nice video saying bye, but I didn't get any information as to where he's going. So that was a bit annoying from a journalist perspective. I'd love to see him play with Alfari on the same team. I think they can do really well for Vitality, but you can have a team of carry types, you can have a team of superstars, and they might not mix well together, because you need, you know, for every Ronaldo, you need a Michael Carrick, right? That is going to do the dog's work, that is going to do the hard, boring stuff like playing as a support player that doesn't get the headlines and the highlights and all the hype. And a team of 5 carries, I'm not sure if it will work, but we'll see. We'll see what Vitality get up to. Other stuff with the roster news and the roster rumours. Evil Geniuses are reportedly close to buying out Inspired from Rogue. So that's a latest report. Okay, so this is from Dot here. So let's go to the original source. This is from good old Jacob Wolf. One of Europe's best junglers appears to be moving to NA this off-season. So Europe, you know, we're losing more talent to North America. What do you guys think of this? This has been a real talking point on Twitter over the past week or two. I think last year people were really annoyed and frustrated. Oh, we're losing talent to NA. This year there doesn't seem to be many people up in arms about it. So yeah, I don't know. I don't feel that bothered about it, to be honest. I feel like NA is sort of a stopgap for European players. You know, play there for a year or two, like Perks, get to Worlds, you know, because if you're a top European League of Legends player and you're playing in North America, you can be the star of the show, right, for a season or two or a year or two, and then come back to Europe at a higher level maybe. I mean, for Perks it's difficult because he was at G2, so, you know, I know G2 didn't qualify for Worlds this time, but they're still regarded a top side, right? A top organisation in the LEC. But I think for Alfari going to North America from Origin Astralis, I think it was his last team, and then coming back to Europe at a bigger team, Vitality with some bigger players or whatever. Say not a bigger org, but you know, this dream super team that's been spoken about, then I think that can be good for them. So yeah, Rogue. What Rogue looks like in 2022 is to be determined. We've had Odie on some of these streams in the past, and obviously won't tell me anything. But it'd be good to get Odie's views at some point. Phoenix, the Fnatic clause was interesting in the Perks C9 contract. Yes, I'm going to come on to that. Actually, you've reminded me here. I've got a bit here. I'm going to bring this up after this one here. So Rogue, nearing deal to send jungler inspired to evil geniuses. So on Perks, yes, I'll summarise this for people who don't know. Riot are looking to change player transfer rules in League of Legends Pro Esports after G2 blocked Perks from joining Fnatic via a contract clause. Now, I'm not surprised by this. You get contract clauses in football. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it exists. I think Riot's thinking is that they don't want this in League of Legends because the real Pandora, thank you for following. I think Riot are doing this in League of Legends because you can't really compare League to football at the moment. There's so many teams in football that have a lot of money. In League of Legends, there's not that many. There's tens, not hundreds across the world. So, you're really limited as a player where you can move to, right? 10 teams in the LEC, and however else there are in the LCS, there 10 in the LCS as well. And, you're limited, aren't you, with the amount of teams you can move to. So if you have in your contract clause, you're not allowed to move to this team, that team, this team, and that team. It's like, well, hang on a minute, I can only move to 4 or 5. Are we going to get to that point before Riot has to change something? So it doesn't surprise me they're changing it. So basically, if I go into this, Perks, it's been reported, would be joining Team Vitality. However, there's been some reports that Fnatic were looking at acquiring Perks from Cloud9 in the States. However, when G2 sold Perks to Cloud9 last year, they put a clause in that agreement that stated that Perks wouldn't be able to join Fnatic between November 2020 and the end of the 2023 season. And Ocelot, Carlos Rodriguez, owner of G2, has been very open about this clause. And he openly said he would go out of his way to make sure that Perks to Fnatic would never happen, given obviously that G2 and Fnatic are close rivals. He said, so Jacob Wolf, again for Dot, reported that what I basically just said, and that Riot has found that it caused no harm to Perks' prospects. And Carlos said it makes sense. Cloud9 could have bought the player to then sell him to Fnatic on the same day. Unlikely, right? But you've seen stuff like that happen in football and other sports. Carlos said, we made sure this cannot be done. This is standard and within the rules as proven by the trade being approved globally. You can't outplay me, B. So yeah, that happened. Sam Matthews, Fnatic owner, said in 2024 you can do whatever you want, my Padawan. Obviously, that's a subtweet to Perks. And some criticised Carlos as well for these tweets he made a year ago, saying Perks, blah blah blah. I love Perks. I would never disrespect him, basically, right? Luca does whatever he wants. I'll always have a place for him in G2. And then he's quote tweeted himself saying, except joining Fnatic. Sorry, I ran out of Twitter characters, right? And some people found it funny and other people didn't like him. Carlos divides opinion. I personally, I think it's just an all-goner looking to protect assets and stop their rivals getting good players. If you're looking at it, take personality out of the equation and so on. I think Carlos's personality comes across pretty funny, personally, but everyone's going to have different views. But anyway, Riot said we're changing the rules. They said, as they recently communicated to G2, Cloud9 and Fnatic, Riot does not intend to enforce the trade restriction and would recognise the transfer of Perks to any team upon receipt of the paperwork, blah, blah, blah. The enforcement of that restriction, that clause that G2 added, is a private contractual matter between the teams to be resolved as appropriate in accordance with applicable law. I think that's a little bit cheeky from Riot because they're basically saying, hey, we don't have a problem with with Perks moving to Fnatic. But, we'd allow it. But of course, that contract clause exists, and it's a private contractual matter between the teams, and it would have to be resolved in accordance with the law, as in lawsuits and stuff, you know. But they said, going forward, we'll update our rules to prohibit future restrictions in transfer agreements, as they are not in line with the values and interests of our sport. So there we go. That was Tom Martell, Director of Ops, Global Esports at Riot. And Carlos reacted saying, good call, I agree with them. And he said, with your permission, we will call it the Carlos rule moving forward. Yeah, guys, I'm going to switch off my light. Apologies, you won't be able to see me that much, but it's just this. It smells a bit of burning and the bloody light. I need to get these lights sorted. Okay, so I'm going to turn these lights off. 1 sec. Oh, you can. I look like a floating head. You can see me at least. That's not too bad then. The light from the screen is sort of lighting me up. So yeah, that's that one. What did you think about it, McNoob? What did you think about this contractual thing? Do you think, it's not really... We don't really get this in the UK scene, do we? And I think it'd be a bit silly to get this in smaller tiers of esports, but interesting to hear your thoughts. Okay, so a few other league ones before we move on to other news then. Niski is reportedly leaving Fnatic, speaking of Fnatic, to pursue buyout options. Cloud9 reportedly interested. So, this wouldn't surprise me if Cloud9 and Fnatic tried to do some kind of swap deal. Right? Niski for Perks, possibly. And it's got blocked because of what's in Perks' contract. That would have been an interesting little swap deal, I think. Yeah, so that's the rumour. And, it's always a challenge as a journalist to turn a little bit of info into a whole article. I admire the journos that do it because it's not easy. I have to do it sometimes with very little info. It's talking about other stuff Fnatic are doing, and a little bit of background on Niski. But the core news is that's the rumour. There was a lot of drama you may have seen elsewhere in League of Legends esports between Doublelift and TSM. Doublelift, this is a report for Dot by Jerome Heath. Doublelift did a long video, I think it was like half an hour long, and said, honestly, I effing hate TSM. Doublelift on why he retired, and he later clarified these statements saying he doesn't hate TSM, he doesn't get along with the owner, Reggie. There's all drama and stuff, lots of people reported on it. He's got too much of an ego, Doublelift said. It's effing so cringe. Yeah, Doublelift explained Sword Art was keen on playing with Doublelift in 2021, but after talking it over with TSM owner Reggie and expressing his commitment to the org and the player, Andy literally said no. It's just disagreement, ego stuff. Like, to me, it's yeah, not a huge deal, but people love that stuff, especially on Reddit. Particularly aggressive, but I didn't think it was too bad. I wouldn't be surprised if this wasn't the first of its kind. Yeah, exactly. There probably have been other ones. I mean, it's only really the past couple of years we've had journalists really reporting well on LEC and top tier League of Legends esports. We've had people like Travis Gafford and so on, and Foreign does bits and pieces, but in terms of this, the quality of journalism we have now has definitely increased in League of Legends. Absolutely. I'm going to continue sticking to my UK niche, but I will write about these guys and I will write about the UK angles. Speaking of UK angles, ExMatty has been in the European Regional League level now for a few years. He's been on Fnatic Rising. There he is with Prosfair. He's at the French org I mentioned earlier. Well, their name has disappeared from my mind. Carmine Corp, the Blue Wall. He's won 2 European Masters this year. And I wrote an opinion piece the other day saying, he should be snapped up, really. He's ready to step up to the LEC level. And then a few days later, we got this report from Dot, Pablo Suarez at Dot, saying he's reached a verbal agreement with Team BDS. Of course, BDS are the new team coming into the LEC. They acquired Schalke's spot for whatever it was, around 25 million euros, I think it was. A few months ago, that was agreed. So I really hope this is true. I hope this goes through. I did speak to ExMatty the other week and, understood he was in talks with several teams. That's what I put in my article. So, this has come through that he's going to be joining BDS. So good luck to him. I hope he does well. I hope it goes through and he can show what he's capable of in the LEC, because for me he is better than some of the players in the LEC at the moment. And we need some more UK players in the LEC. You know, we had Dan come in to excel and then got subbed out. Cagel's moved into casting. You know, we don't really have players, do we, in the LEC? I'm probably missing one. Am I missing a UK player in the LEC? I don't think I am, because how far is in North America now? So yeah, that's that. And then a few other rumours here. Mad Lions. You can't see this headline that well. Mad Lions and Rogue to sign RKR and Malrang, respectively. So, yeah. So Mad Lions want to sign RKR, the current Berlin International mid laner. And Rogue want to sign Malrang, apparently, who's the Damwon Gaming jungle sub. I think Malrang has done pretty well before he was made sub. I don't follow the Asian leagues that closely. But, you know, there's some more rumours there. And then this is something I wanted to talk about. Max long ago. Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's been a while, though, hasn't it? You know? Impaler as well, I think we had. I can't remember if I don't think he was in the LEC. I could be wrong. He might have been in the LCS for a bit when it was a ULCS. And also Cassing as well. But that was a while ago now, right? When he dropped out of XL. This is something I wanted to talk about. So this is Elisewulu. If you don't know, this is someone that does rumour tweets on League of Legends players, top tier League of Legends players. He's very active on Twitter, and some of the things he gets right, a few bits he's got wrong, but a lot of stuff he has got right. And he's sort of under anonymity. Well, he's been under anonymity, and he's grown 129,000 followers almost, doing this for the past few years, I think, past year or so. Under an anonymity until today, that is, because a publication have signed him, and he's going to be working as like a journalist and or whatever, an influencer, reporter, whatever you want to call it, for Upcomer. He said, "I've joined Upcomer as a LoL reporter, very excited for this opportunity, but it's difficult to reveal myself with such a big following, which is necessary for my new job. I will still be Elisewulu, but let's just say that I'll cosplay as a human sometimes." And Upcomer said first he was a sheep, now he's a reporter. Upcomer is pleased to welcome Briuk Seeger, aka Elisewulu, as a League of Legends reporter. So he's lifted his veil of anonymity now. I hope I've pronounced that right. Briuk, something like that. Seeger. And there's an article on it here. Okay, so let's flick through this here. He will hold himself up to the Upcomer ethics guidelines set by the Poynter Institute and report directly to Editor-in-Chief Sean Morrison while receiving guidance on journalism standards and practices. You know, they're saying there, look, we know this guy's a little bit raw, a little bit green, but he's obviously got good contacts, he's got good news, he's got the time to do it. I wish I had the time Elisewulu has to do this kind of thing and not worry about a website and consultancy and kids and whatever else I'm doing, freelance stuff. But good luck to him and Upcomer. And so they're obviously saying there, you know, we know he's got a way to learn, and we're going to hold him to those standards and practices, you know, not just you hear one rumour and you write a story on it. No, that's not what you do as a journalist. You know, a good general rule is go to 3 trusted sources. If they're all saying the same thing and you're trusting them and you have good reason to believe that what they're giving you is correct, accurate information, then you can run it as a rumour. Usually that's what I do anyway, you know, and they have to be trusted sources. You know, I've had in the past people I think I can trust, or I thought I could trust, telling me info that later turned out to be a load of rubbish. So yeah. Yeah, there's some quotes here. So there he is. So he's no longer a sheep. He is an actual person behind the sheep as well. And blah blah blah. He's given a quote. "I've become a big name in terms of providing exclusive info regarding transfer news and other behind the scenes info. People have put trust in me. I've decided to finally take to the next step and put a name behind my reports in order to be more responsible and make sure to be worthy of that trust. I've decided to do this with the help of Upcomer." Blah blah blah. So yeah, fair play. Like I haven't respected Wulu that much because it is someone under complete anonymity and saying things that I don't fully trust, and obviously I don't know him personally. And it was was it Jacob? I think Jacob Wolf, I can't see the tweet now, but Jacob Wolf said something like, you know, he's a nice guy, blah, blah, blah. Although, sorry, he's joined Upcomer, hasn't he? Not Dot. What am I talking about? I did see... Yeah, Jacob Wolf said, get that bag, Wulu. And someone said, didn't you go against Wulu a lot when he first started? And Jacob said, not really. I was disappointed with some of what he reported was wrong and irresponsible on his part. But I've gotten to know him more personally. I think he's a good dude on a personal level. So, there we go. Good luck at Upcomer. Ryuk Seeger. Okay. And then this is a tweet, the kind of thing he does. Sources. Fnatic are in the process of completing a buyout deal with Mad Lions in order to get humanoids. There's another rumour that Shox is clearly very excited about, and Cajal is as well. And one vocal critic of this kind of thing, to be honest, I haven't been a supporter of Wulu. Now he's doing this and said, I want to hold myself to ethics. I think that's different. Bear in mind, this tweet was made before the Elisewulu announcement was made. So this is Adam Fitch of Dixerto, of course, their business reporter, who's saying, if esports media continues to go the way of anonymous Twitter accounts sharing rumours, being as respected, trusted as actual journalists, putting their reputation on the line with each vetted, well-sourced report, then I want no part of it. Fans and publications alike need to have higher standards and hold these Twitter beeps to the same account as they do actual journalists who already have to have a 100% record, or they'll forever be reminded of their rare miss. Yeah, I've had that before as well when I've got things wrong. You know, I've done thousands of articles now for Esports News UK, and thousands before that in my previous roles in journalism, and I'd say maybe 10, actually no, maybe 8 or so, 8 to 10 I've been criticised around, or I've got something wrong. I'm not talking about typos, I'm talking big errors, and you learn from it and you have to apologise, and people remember that stuff, right? They don't remember the little article you did on an announcement, or a little rumour you heard about ESL Premiership or stuff that you got right. They don't really remember that stuff. They remember the stuff you got wrong. So I see where Adam's coming from there. Bear in mind, these tweets were made before Wulu was hired by Upcomer. So I can see where Adam's coming from. I do think Wulu, if he's getting trained now by other journalists and so on, I think that's a good thing. But anyway, you can tell I'm passionate about journalism, right? I'm just waffling on about it. This is a big thing. I was going to talk about this at the start, and after this stream, I might actually watch the next episode or two of Arcane, because wow, I've been impressed with this. Like, people can call me a League fanboy. My expectations weren't high for this. You know, it's a cartoon animated thing by Riot. I had no idea how good it'd be, but I've been really engrossed with it so far. The first 3 episodes, the second 3 episodes, 4, 5 and 6 are now out. I haven't watched those yet, so no spoilers. The 3 of you that are watching this, please. Yeah, I loved it. It's broken some records. It overtook Squid Game and debuted at number 1 on Netflix, which is amazing, really. You know, and I've told a few family about that. You know, this has overtaken Squid Game. It's pretty big. I think Riot are clearly trying to open it up to a wide, broad audience. And yeah, it's just doing really well. And in this article on Dixerto by Isaac McIntyre, Riot is already planning more League of Legends shows after huge Arcane success. Where's the quote here? In an interview with LA Times, Riot's president of entertainment, Shauna Spenley, said the League universe will be getting bigger over the next few years, with more to come on the big and little screens. And Shauna said, I don't think Hollywood realises how massive this all is. I think we have a huge opportunity to build amazing organic stories inside this world, and for it to quietly build and become the IP that defines a generation. Will be here a while. It's going to take a little time. IP that defines a generation, I mean, that is... First of all, I see that as sort of like marketing speak and, you know, fluff. But part of me thinks Riot really does believe that they can get big. You know, this is the kind of thing... I mean, would Disney have this? Is this something Disney would buy? I'm not saying Disney are going to buy Riot, but I'm saying, say this Arcane thing was completely standalone. I do wonder if it got massive, it's the kind of, to me, it seems like the kind of thing Disney would buy, right? Marvel, Star Wars-esque. I don't know what the age rating is on Arcane. I think it's 12 or 15. You know, I don't know if it can be an IP that defines a generation, but I do think it's going to just get bigger and bigger. I did an article on the ex-Fnatic quote some quotes from Fnatic's esports book a few years ago, D-Law, who said League won't be around in 20 years. And this I wrote that story like 5-6 years ago. I do think it's going to be around in that amount of time. If they carry on like they are, and with the marketing stuff they've had and all that, and the quality as well, I think they will. So I talked about this on the last stream, I think, right? I opened a Arcane shop, and this shop has now been vandalised, right? I say vandalised because it's part of a marketing promotional campaign thing, you know, right? Some people have been a bit upset that you're not able to actually go inside the store. I did actually want to go and have a look during ESI London last week, but I didn't get a chance to. And if there's nothing in there, then that's a shame. It'd be really cool if, when the last 3 episodes go live next week or whenever it is, that the store opens and there's some few bits and pieces in there and activities or whatever. That would be cool, but I don't think it is. Riot have described it as a Hextech Expo storefront. So, yeah, and there's little interactive games and things that you can play outside, like, you know, do things on your phone and blah blah blah. So yeah, it's pretty cool. The next 3 are good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I was thinking, I wonder if the first 3 are good, and then the next 3 aren't going to be up on the same level, you know. So I look forward to watching them. Blizzard responds to calls for Alarm Memorial to honour late Overwatch Pro in-game. This is very sad news. Kim Alarm Kyung-bo passed away last week. It was announced. Philadelphia Fusion player. And there's tributes coming into him, and people want to honour him by getting Blizzard to change the name of, I think it's Rookie of the Year here. There we go. Fans are rallying to make one change for him. Some in-game tributes have been floated as ideas, but others pointed towards the league's end-of-season awards instead. Since he won Rookie of the Year title in 2020, a petition is live for Blizzard to rename this prestigious label. Rename the Rookie of the Year award after the late Alarm, it reads. So yeah, Overwatch League VP John Spector said, I appreciate these suggestions, they come from a good place. And here's the petition here, 3,000 people have signed it so far. Rename the Rookie of the Year award after Alarm. I think that's quite a nice petition. Yeah, it could be called the Alarm Rookie of the Year award. I think that's quite nice. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, very sad news, and obviously thoughts to his friends, family, teammates, and anyone connected to him. Very sad news. I think he was only 20 years old. Is he 20 years old? Yeah, 20 years old. I mean, that's so young, isn't it? That's really sad news. Okay, and like I was mentioning earlier, ESI London was absolutely fantastic. Monday and Tuesday last week. I was really impressed with this. Okay, some people have said to me, Dom, it's too expensive for me to go. I think the 2-day pass is like 600 quid. Yes, I couldn't afford that if I had to pay for it. Luckily, I'm a media partner. I managed to get in, and a few other people get in. I think if you're speakers, I think, and so on. But also, the student pass was pretty good. I think the student rate was like 100 quid or something. I don't know if that was a day or 2 days, but there were a few students there, actually. Shout out to Warwick Uni. Nathan from Excel and we sort of used their table and their space. They're very kind, very friendly. Let us do some work on their table, and yeah, there was a few other students there that I got to chat to. Students from Staff's Uni, who were very appreciative of the Staff's Uni article I did earlier this year. So that was nice to meet some of those students. And I'm doing a talk actually at Staff's Uni in December, which I'm looking forward to, on esports journalism, so that'll be good. But yeah, great venue, Box Park Wembley, really open space, easy to just sit down and chat with people. Yeah, the conference room was a little bit packed, but I quite liked it. It felt intimate. And yeah, just decent panels. Like, I loved the food. There was almost too much choice. You got your food passes, and then you could choose from like 20 or 30 different food areas. You know, I'm someone that gets hangry, right? I need my food. Otherwise, I don't work well. But yeah, ESI London was really good. There you go. That's an image of the conference room, really packed out. I enjoyed it. Yeah, very good. I moderated a panel on the student esports experience and how esports is revolutionising student life, with some good panellists from Warwick Uni, NSC, International Federation of Esports Coaches, and so on. So that was good. Yeah, so there's a little article here on ESI London about the positives. Physical events are back, dynamic networking. There's no one wearing masks really, which I was a little bit surprised by, but the doors were open at either side of the place, and yeah, I don't think lateral flow tests were required, but I did one anyway, and yeah, it was pretty good. And Kieran from Excel Esports said, we've got a long way to go as an industry in esports, but events like ESI London remind me how many great people we have involved, and it makes me even more bullish about the future of our space. Yeah, so hybrid event. Yeah, exclusively offline. There we go. So they mean hybrid, as in business and networking. There were things you could do in the evenings, like axe throwing and crazy golf and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. And Mitsuko from Morgan, I forget what the name of the company is. It Morgan Esports, Morgan Sports Law. There we go. Said had a great time meeting lots of new faces and reconnecting with old ones, as well as taking part in an important panel on diversity and inclusion, why businesses should care. Yeah, that was a good panel that I saw. And on that as well, can see here a few snaps. That was my head of partnership, Sarah, and I. It was good to go around and chat. That was the panel that I moderated at ESI London. And then a few other meetings and bits and pieces as well. So yeah, and Nathan, he's getting tall. He's making me feel very small, very short. Other news: Ninja's just dropped $100,000 into the prize pool for Twitch Rivals Halo 3 throwback tournament, which is good. Like, I mean, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. I mean, I don't know how much he's getting paid for this involvement, but I saw this tweet just before I went live on this stream just now, and I was like, well, fair play to him. You know, that's he's giving back. You know, I know he must have money, but I thought that was quite a nice thing to mention. New UK news then, hopping into Esports News UK stuff. You are very short. Yes, I am, Odie. Hello, good to see Odie. Hello, mate. I didn't know you were one of the free viewers. How are you doing? I'm gutted we didn't get to chat, actually. We didn't get to chat that much at ESI London. It was so busy. I'm in the dark as well, Odie. My lights, I don't trust. My lights blew the other week. I have like these weird like IKEA spotlight things, and I bought the wrong size bulbs for them, and after like 10-20 minutes they're buzzing and it smells burning, so it's like no, I need to get the right bulb, so I'm having to be in the dark at the moment. I'm very short. Do you know what, Odie, as well, like before I went live, in the tweet I put out, I put hashtag small streamer, and I was thinking I am a small streamer because I'm small in terms of viewers, but I'm also small in terms of the size of me as well. So yeah, so some UK news people might have missed. There's a UK team taking part in the PUBG Mobile Pro League European Championship this week, and there's a couple of UK casters in there as well. Shout out to Blank and John Allen, very good casters who've been in Overwatch and sort of made their way to PUBG Mobile. Said they're capable of reaching the global championship. However, they've got off to a bad start. Unfortunately, I just checked this before I went live. They're currently 15th out of 16 teams here, with a 41 placement points and 51 kill points. I don't know. I'm not a PUBG Mobile expert, but that's low, right, compared to Navi at the top with 201, Unicorns of Love with 188, and so on. But good that we have some UK representation in there. This team, Exquisite Decode, they're called. Now I don't know. know if this is an organisation or just the team's name. But yeah, they've got 4 players in there: Hardman, Reznov, Senso and Will. So that was good. That stood out to me. I was like, oh, we actually have a UK team in PUBG Mobile. I wasn't aware of that. So I reached out to the casters. I tried to reach out to the team, but it was a bit hard for me to figure it out. But the casters got back to me and gave me some quotes. And Blank said, being the tournament MVP 2 seasons running is no small feat, and that the team has great enthusiasm for the game and ambitions and skill as well. But yeah, not getting off to a great start at the moment, unfortunately. I don't watch... OG, do you watch PUBG Esports? You used to play it a lot, didn't you? You sort of moved more to COD now. Hugh likes best thing. Yes, I need to. That is a good call, OD. That is a really good call, because I can make this stream nice. I can light the stream up in different colours depending on what I'm doing. So I would like to do that. I need to get this room decorated at one point. This painter I found let me down the other week. So been looking at PUBG Mobile a lot. Interesting. Yeah, I mean I guess they could have been an ideal pickup, right? But they're not doing well at this tournament. But they have done well in other tournaments, right? They qualified for this thing. Here we go, from the PUBG Mobile Pro League Western Europe Season 2 finals the other week. This was late October, and they finished second in that, picking up $6,500. So they got potential, and maybe they're good in Europe, but at the higher tier level, and for whatever reason they're struggling in this current tournament. So that's a shame. So yeah, you probably know more about them than I do, OD. There's actually a couple of UK players. I've done articles on a few UK players in the past. Conqueror EU have got a UK player, Clink. So there are a few out there, but not as many as there are sort of other regions. There's a lot of other European player. Look, there's an all Romanian team there. But yeah, I don't follow another all Romanian team, French. Yeah, so yeah, I don't, and another almost all Romanian. So holy, yeah. I mean, it's PUBG Mobile big in Romania, it seems. Talking of UK talent as well, PUBG is 10 cents, so it will get bigger. Yeah, and I was thinking that their prize pools are pretty big, aren't they? PUBG, a few millions and that. I was quite surprised when I get the press releases. It reminds me every now and then. Actually, there's a lot of money in PUBG. Our house has them in all rooms. Girls change the colours to what they want. Yeah, it's amazing. I want to get to the point where I do that, Odie. It's just like, my life is so blooming hectic. Nice things like that get pushed to the bottom of the list and it never gets done. When my kids, when the twins are older and they're at school, I can do things in the day again. So I will do that at some point. This is an interesting little UK story. There's a UK Rainbow Six coach here, Gig, who I've spoken to in the past, Ellis Hindle, and he's been a coach for Invictus Gaming for quite a while now. And they had a player drop out at the last minute who couldn't obtain leave from the Singapore National Services. And it was so last minute, Gig stepped in as a player. So the coach has moved to a player role. I think Gig has done well in the past with M&M Gaming in the UK. So yeah, he stepped in. He said, well, this situation is obviously far from ideal with what's on the line from the outcome of the major, and it's a shame to not play at full strength. We're just going to go have some fun, see what we can do with no pressure on us. So I think that's a good attitude to take, but they must be disappointed. And again, they're not doing well either. So some UK teams not doing that well this weekend. I don't know, I think there's a Rocket League thing going on. I haven't followed that closely, if there's a Rocket League thing going on. But yeah, Invictus, look, they're fourth of their group with 1 win and 5 losses. So it hasn't worked out for them, sadly. But it does look like they're in a tough group with NiP and BDS as well. So yeah, that's a shame. Other Siege news in the UK, we've got a couple of stories here, actually. I like covering Siege news. It does pretty well for me compared to UK League of Legends news. There is an appetite for Siege here in the UK, and the UK Island Nationals, the Ubisoft official league, Division 2 season is coming back for 2022. So in January that's going to start. Division 2, of course, the lower league from Division 1, obviously. And there's a few teams in here like Jesse Lingard's team. The Manchester United player's got his own team. So yeah, this is going to be starting again. And the top teams qualify for the, I think they're going to playoffs to claim the relegation spots in the Premier season next year. So yeah, Jesse Lingard is one of those teams in Division 2 that will be looking to go up to Division 1. He has Jayling Esports. I'm not sure about the name or the sign, his sign thing he does with when he scores a goal, but I don't know. Okay, the font's not bad, and maybe youngsters like it. You know, I'm old. Phoenix, 2 UKCS teams are going to Malta next week if you want a bit more UK hope. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, who are those? Gary. Hello, Gary. How you doing, mate? No more ESL Premiership for Rainbow Six Siege. No, that changed a while ago. And I believe, as it was last season, ProMod are handling the production of the UK Island Nationals for Rainbow Six Siege. I reached out to ESL at the time about that and how they were like missing it, and they were fine with it. They were just like, it's all good, it's not a problem. They've got good links with ProMod, who I think ProMod do some of the ESL Prems actually as well. The CSGO Prem, I think ProMod does that. Odie, I don't get it. He should partner with us. Yeah, do you know what? It does seem a little bit odd that he's bought a small team and said, right, this is going to become Jayling's now. I've seen some footballers do this. Mesut Ozil as well has got the M10 Esports. You know, they're not very big. Would he have a better sort of move in esports by partnering with a Rogue or whatever else, an XL Esports, and then benefit in that way as an influencer? I'm not sure. Some of these footballers look to want to own the whole thing, and they don't really know. I don't want to say they don't know what they're doing, but they don't have the experience of someone like you, Odie. You know, so yeah, it's odd that it's a lower tier. I think their initial plan was for Jesse to get a team that's in the Premier division of Rainbow Six Siege, but he's stuck with a Division 2 team at the moment. Phoenix and Coalesce Sigma Esports Cup. Oh, mate, you should DM me about that, because I'm not super duper involved in CSGO. I'll happily do an article on that. That sounds interesting. You need to chase Daniel on the exclusive interviews. I do. I need to chase him up again. I'm amazed some rich dude hasn't said, "Oi, Odie, $20 million, set us up a team." Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Do you know what I think a lot of it is, Odie? I'll tell you, I think a lot of it is with footballers, and you might think this as well, is that they'll have a friend or someone or an agent that says, "Oh, I know someone in esports," and then passes them off to someone. I think the Jesse Lingard thing was arranged by I can't remember the name of the consultancy now, but it's Trev Keen as a consultancy that they've done some stuff with them. It might be that some footballers out there, you know, it's a friend or whatever, and they, oh yeah, let's do that, and because they don't have much time because of their football stuff, they just jump in with people, you know. When really it's a bit of a shame. You'd think they would know someone that is already at a big org as well. You know, you don't see much of it, do you, with footballers? He was at ESI. Yeah, I was supposed to meet. I didn't get to meet. You were running out of time on those interviews. We had a lot of good news. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like, he never got back to me. I need to chase Daniel. The thing is, I chase one or twice, and then I get caught up in other news, right? I'm waiting for him. I'm going to make a note, Odie, so I don't forget, and I'll ping him an email at the end of this stream, because Royal Raven stuff, Rogue, whatever. Odie, I don't know if you were here at the start of the stream, but there was some Rogue news rumours earlier. Can you tell us about any of this? What's going on here? Rogue nearing deal to send jungler inspired to evil geniuses, apparently, according to Jacob Wolf. And there was another one here as well. Where is it here? There we go. Rogue, you're going to sign Malrang. That's very exciting. Yeah. That'd be very exciting. I'm a jungler myself in League, so I like jungle stuff. Are you going to give me a no comment live on stream, Odie? Oh, I can tell you everything, but I won't. Okay. Oh, he was at ESI Chase It. It'll be exclusive. Okay. I will. I will chase him up. Oh, but I won't. I know, and it's part of the. It's part. I know. I have to try my luck. It's like I know who the PR is for Team Vitality, and I called them up the other week. I said, "Hey, what's going on with this super team? Do you have any? I really want to cover Alfari moving there. Blah blah blah." They couldn't tell me anything, but they did say an announcement will be coming after World. So I'm still waiting. Vitality. I want to know where Alfari is going, and so on. So yeah, that's that news. That's Rainbow Six Siege stuff. And this is the news. I didn't even talk about this news. Jesse Lingard has partnered with the Chiefs Esports Club. This is a 2-year partnership. They've partnered with this Australia and New Zealand esports org, the Chiefs Esports Club. Will be focused on global growth and expansion of both brands, shared knowledge and collaborative efforts across some partners, and the development of an international esports academy pathway for aspiring esports talent. So some kind of partnership there. Bit odd. UK sort of startup org partnering with an Australia and New Zealand org. But, maybe there'll be some good things that come from it. More details regarding their academy will be revealed in the coming months. Yeah, and they're talking about pathway to pro and all that stuff. Okay. All the news will happen on League. Tuesday, Wednesday. Ah, interesting. Okay. What when you say all the news, do you mean Vitality, OD, or do you mean your stuff? I'll keep my eyes peeled. I mean, yeah, I was expecting something this week, but yeah, if it's happening early next week for all teams, oh wow, that's interesting. I might have to put a tweet out on that, OD, that expect things to happen. That's very interesting, isn't it? Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what's happening there. Again, I wish I had more time to do a lot of that stuff. This was a little thing here. London United partnered with the Mayor of London and Kudos, which is a cloud monetization thingy, for an event, all access gaming event at Samsung KX in London. That happened yesterday, I think. Was this on the 12th? No, sorry, 13th. Happened today. 4 to 8 p.m. on London United's Twitch channel. I did an article on it because it had some big names. Chelsea Grimes in there. Connor Ball from the Vamps, who has however many, God knows how many followers on Twitter. So there you go. And I think they were doing it for All Access Gaming. I think it was to promote, there we go, health and wellbeing. So yeah, shout out to London United. Don't quote me. No, I won't. But Odie, you're doing this publicly on the stream. You do realise this, but there's only 3 people watching, so and you're one of them. So yeah, okay, I won't. Gregan looks to casting and hosting once more after departing Guild as Rocket League coach. Actually, it was funny because I did this article and then I saw Gregan the next day at day 2 of ESI London. I was like, hi Gregan, hi Dom, I saw what you wrote. It's always weird as a journalist when you're writing about people because you're thinking, when you have good relationships with people, you don't want to pee them off, but then at the same time that can happen sometimes. That can happen, and you just have to accept it. But yeah, he's left Guild as Rocket League coach. I don't think Guild and some of the fans were happy with the performances of the Guild Rocket League team, and he's ultimately decided to depart. I'm not sure if it was a firing or not. It sounded like it was a mutual thing, to be honest. But yeah, he's going to be doing casting stuff again. After 4 years, it's finally time to return to camera wielding a mic as a full-time esports caster and host. See you on RLCS next week, where we begin the next chapter in Rocket League Esports. So yeah, good luck to Greg, and I don't think he's a bad coach at all. He's got some very good wins and things in the past with Vitality and so on. Sometimes teams don't work. Odie, you'll know more about this than me and other people on the stream. Sometimes it's not just the players. Sometimes it's not just the coach, right? It's the players. It can be a mix of things. I think Gregan did say, I tried everything I know how to do to support the team, and it wasn't good enough to get you the results you expect. You can never know fully how much a coach is the reason for a team's results, but if I take pride in the teams I have helped improve, then I must also take responsibility for the teams that don't. I believed I was doing everything I could, but there are always different methods, different ways to communicate and motivate, different ideas to coach, and on this occasion I chose incorrectly. So fair play. It's a bit sad he's leaving because, Guild are... I know they've thrown a lot of money at esports, but they've also built up a decent following over the past year, and I do like that they've had these English and UK rosters and Greg and there. It's a shame it hasn't worked out for them. They've had some of the best players, or players with some of the best sort of backgrounds and reputations, or big name players, right? Big name players, and they haven't delivered, unfortunately for him. I can't wait to write my book. Too many words. I would have just written sometimes you lose, deal with it. Yeah, that's it. And this is the thing, people forget this, as an Arsenal fan as well, Odie, you'll know this, you get fans, especially younger fans that are younger than us on Twitter. Oh, this is the reason why we lost, and so-and-so's not doing well. Oh, get rid of that player, get rid of that player. Sometimes you just go on a bad run, right? You can be... people forget. I remember, it didn't happen often. I remember when Henry went on some goal droughts. People forget that. I didn't forget that. 5-6 games without scoring. That was weird for Henry. He had them. Sometimes it just happens, right? There's always a winner and there's always a loser. And it's interesting, isn't it? The science of it. I would love to explore more into that. I think if I wasn't a journalist, I would have liked to have been maybe some kind of manager. I mean, I don't think I would have made a good coach, shouting at people and so on. Maybe I could have been an analyst or something like that, working with a coach. Take the L, Gary said, yeah. The most important thing is time, Odie says. This is why you need to interview our COD team. I'm so excited for this season. I know, Odie, you've mentioned it about 3 or 4 times now. I am going to do it. I'm getting excited as well. And with the COD, the new game coming out as well, I wonder what that's been like, Odie. Is it all moving over to Vanguard, is it? I'm not super duper in the loop. Or is it staying with the current one? And then there's a few other articles here. Rocket League Scottish College Cup returns this month. This is a small little story. The British Esports Association partnering up with the College Development Network. They've done one before. I think it's good. When I see Scotland, Wales or Ireland in a esports headline, I like to promote it because it is Esports News UK. It's not Esports News England. And it's good that they're getting some grassroots bits and pieces going in the other countries outside of England, in the UK and Ireland. Yes, it's out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I saw Rams playing it the other day, actually. I raided his stream after one of our streams and chatted to him for half an hour after the stream. This is a good little UK story. Team Liquid beat Ascend to win London's Red Bull home ground in Valorant in a show for the ages. Yinsu Collins described that as. Scream said it was really intense and long game, but so happy about the result. 3-1 against Ascend. This was at the Red Bull Gaming Sphere in London. And Yinsu said it was a fantastic tournament, bringing the 16 best teams from across EMEA. The grand finals was one of the best we've had in Valorant in the region, and both Liquid and Ascend put on a show for the ages. I'm looking forward to seeing them next year. So yeah, good. High praise from Yinsu there. I like what Red Bull are doing. I like that they do these tournaments. I was going to say little tournament. This wasn't really little tournament. Over 50,000 current views across all channels during the final. And some of the teams, they had some big teams in there. Gambit, Fnatic, Liquid, 10 Star were there from a UK perspective. Vodafone Giants. Yeah, congrats to Liquid. Liquid have done well. They've won this one, and they've won... what did they win recently? I put a link in here. They beat Guild in the EMEA Last Chance qualifier last month. That's it. And they're qualified for Valorant Champions. It's basically like Worlds, isn't it? Valorant Champions taking place next month. I'm looking forward to that. I hope the UK boys do well. Liquid, of course, have some UK players on their books. Fnatic, I hope Fnatic do well at Champions. I want Boaster to do well. And we'll see how that goes. Dan used to play for me from Red Bull. Oh, yes, I remember that, Odie. Yeah. Is he still at Red Bull, is he? I haven't spoken to Dan for ages. I remember shortly after I joined British Esports. He was one of the first meetings I had with Chester, I think, and I was impressed. And I like the gaming sphere. They've done some good streams and things. Expensive to book out that place, but yeah, some good stuff there. Are you, Odie? I don't know. Forgive me. Are you in Valorant? A Rogue in Valorant? I don't know if they are or not. I want to say they are, but I don't. Again, I don't follow it super duper closely. Yes. I can't remember if that. Oh, not yet. Yeah, sorry. You were saying yes to another question. Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, Valorant. Interested to hear your thoughts on Valorant, Odie, because we've had a year and a bit of it now, right? A year and a half, and it has grown. The numbers, I've seen the numbers on the streams growing pretty well. This is a little story, a little exclusive I had here, where it's more like a solo queue thing. Basically, Riot are changing the game to allow you to make your profiles private, so that when you go into a loading screen, you can't see the info and match data of your teammates, right? And some people say, oh, this guy's only got a 30% win rate, and then start flaming you and all that stuff. However, I've had sources tell me that wasn't intended to hit the public beta environment, and it will be removed soon. So this doesn't look like it's happening after all. I had a few sites pick up on my story and report on it, but it didn't go big on Reddit, so I think a lot of people don't actually know that this isn't happening. And big well-known coaches in League like Nice are saying, it's good that there's a private mode happening. It's the right direction for League. Probably still think this is going ahead, but it isn't. So that's a little thing. Franchising, everyone's chasing it. Yeah, I've heard several rumours and things bubbling under the surface about franchising for Valorant. Interesting. Good luck if you're chasing that. I guess it helps, right, that Rogue already have a partnership with Riot in the LEC, so that puts you in front of other orgs straight away, I'm sure. Other little bits and pieces, guys, the last few bits here. This isn't esports news, but I found it a little bit interesting. It will certainly affect gaming videos and people out there that have marketing and stuff on YouTube. They're hiding the dislike count on videos. And that's slowly rolling out the change across its platform. A dislike button will still be shown, and a channel owner will still be able to privately view the number of dislikes on a particular video. The only change is that the count will no longer be public. You see, don't you, videos, maybe esports roster announcements or game trailers that people hate and they dislike bomb it, and it has about 100 likes and 10,000 dislikes or whatever. That's not going to happen anymore. You won't be able to see that like to dislike ratio. I'm not sure if this is good or bad news. It got a lot of people talking on Eurogamer. One point that people made actually that I agree with on Twitter is that someone was saying, well, now it's harder for me to tell what fake news is, right? Because if I click on a video, say I click on, I don't know, Arsenal goals against Leicester, right, and it comes up with a 3-minute video. If I see 20 dislikes and no likes, I know it's a load of rubbish. I skip through the video. Oh, look, the goals aren't actually there. It's fake. Now you're gonna have to actually scroll through and read comments to avoid that. So that's a little thing. And then a shout out, because I'm putting this video on YouTube as well. Any students out there, the Intel Future Gen program is back. That has a decent bunch of mentors and access you get to the industry experts. You gain knowledge, get steps towards getting a career in esports. I've heard nothing but good things about this program, and they usually have some good people on board. Here we go. They've got Kieran from Excel, Nathan from Excel, Adam Harris from Twitch, John from Epic Land, Mouth from Strive Sponsorship. So there's a few people that will help you there, all good people that can give you some advice. I don't know Adam Harris, but if he's global head of brand partnerships studio at Twitch, then I'm sure he knows what he's talking about. So yeah, sign up to that. If you're a student, I recommend that, the Future Gen program. And I think that's it, guys. My search for Twitch affiliate continues. I might, there's only 3 of you. I might jump in. I was going to play a game of TFT because I'm trying to unlock I'm trying to unlock this Vi emote, right? Because I'm a geek. I play a lot of Vi in League of Legends over the years, and to unlock it, you need to get to level 18 on TFT. So they've got me hooked in to TFT. Luckily, I can play TFT on my phone. I can't play full League of Legends on my phone. I know there's Wild Rift, but the pass and everything is different, right? Let's see if I can bring up lead. If anyone wants to play with me, let me know. But I'll probably just play a bit of TFT now. And yeah. Although actually, if I play TFT, you can't see me here, can I? It's bloody screen. Let's see here. Is that made it brighter? If I bring up a white page, does that make it brighter? Yeah, that makes it brighter. Yeah, if I play TFT, it's going to add it to the video, isn't it? When I do the news roundup. What do you think, Odie? Shall I play it on stream or shall I end the stream? I need to get the time of my streams up. What am I at the moment? Affiliate. I've got 50 followers. Stream for 8 hours. Well, I've pretty much done that. Stream on 7 different days. Average of 3 viewers. Yeah, I've got that. Yeah, I'll leave it. I'll leave the stream here, guys. Thank you for. Let's go so you can actually see me again. Here we go. Thank you for watching, as always. I know there are only 3 of you. Odie, I appreciate your time. I really do. Yeah, it's nice to have you as a regular viewer. Keep me posted. I'm going to chase Daniel now, Dan, and I'm going to get on it. Keep me posted on your news as well when you do have something that go. I'm pretty sure I am on a Wrecked Global or Rogue mailing list, but I don't think I get all of them. I'm not sure if you have multiple press people. But press releases help me a lot. I get them in and then I can get the news out to people. Absolutely. That's it, everyone. Thank you. Having 3 viewers I really appreciate it. These first few streams have been very good for me. I thought I'd only have 1 or 2 viewers. And this is a very late night stream on a Saturday. I'm hoping to do Friday afternoons, to be honest. So yeah, that's it from me, everyone. Thank you for watching. Odie, enjoy it. And the others, Phoenix McNoob, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll catch you soon, no doubt. I'll keep you posted on the news of Esports News UK as well, the potential acquisition. That's exciting, but it's early days. If it doesn't happen, at least I've gone through this process now of valuing my site and all that stuff. So fingers crossed I can grow my team in the future and do some better streams for you. So yeah, thanks very much, everyone. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Now, shall I raid someone? Shall I raid someone with 3 viewers? See you, McNoob. Thank you. Let's yeah, and thanks for that info, by the way. Yeah, let's raid someone. Who's live? Let's have a look. Who shall I raid? It's really annoying when it I have to go on Twitch. Hang on a minute. Who's got a small number of followers that I can push to? Esports lecturer or Raisins? Raisins is a good streamer. I'll push to Raisins for now. Raisins is a good former support player in UK League of Legends, and he's at is it London Esports? I think he does streaming and advice content. So he's a nice guy. Let's push to him, and I'll come say hi for a bit as well.
Yo, thank you for the raid.